Welcome back to another episode of Business Talk with Meg. I am your host, Megan S. Clayton, and girl, tonight it's gonna be good. Grab your journals, get your tea, get your wine, do what you gotta do. Y'all know I'ma pop it off by just saying that it's a lot of people out here to be busy, but don't be being productive at all. You out here, every time you look up, you got something to do. You got 1,000 to do lists. You got to do this, you got to do that. You got a calendar full of stuff. You got itineraries. You make all these plans, but don't be being productive at all. And I honestly feel like it is a plethora of things that can make a person really just get to that point to where you're drowning in analysis paralysis. If you haven't heard of that term, go look it up because if you're here, some of us are suffering from analysis paralysis, and some people know what it is and have already overcome it, but it is a real thing, y'all. I didn't make it up. Trust me, I did not make it up. Analysis paralysis is when you plan and plan and plan and plan and plan and analyze and analyze and analyze and research and research and research, and yet you fail to follow through. You are a heavy analyzer. You plan to the bone, but you fail to follow through. You stuck in analysis paralysis, honey. And I really think that it is a mental thing because it's kind of like I was watching a podcast the other day, and somebody was mentioning that how bad they want to work out, but it's so hard to just make yourself get up and get over to the treadmill, or get outside and get dressed and go walking. It's literally a mental thing. She mentioned that when she wanted to lose the weight, she got up every day. She pushed herself, and she made herself do these things because she had a goal in mind. She wanted to lose weight, but then immediately after she lost the weight, it was like, okay, I lost the weight. I don't have any further motivation. You have these things in mind that you want to do, but it's like you have no true motivation to push you mentally to actually execute. Like for me, it's my kids. I tell y'all this all the time. It's my kids, it's my grandmother. I just want to make sure that I can give my kids something that I didn't have while they're young. And that clock, feeling like I'm running against that clock of, okay, they'll be 18 at this time. That's what keeps me like, okay, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, because it's for something. I feel like mentally, when you don't attach a reason to your goals, they can feel like that just goes. Like, I mean, and I don't even want to say goals because goals you actually have to accomplish. But when you don't attach they just become to-do lists. They just become things on a to-do list to be checked off. And they don't really have any real deadline. They don't really have any real reason why they should be done. They're just there. So I feel like in order to beat analysis paralysis, number one, you do have to find your why. But then I also think that not only is it a mental thing, I think it's an environment thing. I think that once we make ourselves too comfortable being where we are, we have no real reason to push, even though a future version of ourselves or an old version of ourselves or somebody that we really want to do these things for, we don't really have we don't really have the environment to make that click, to make that switch, if that makes sense. So let me know if that makes sense down below, about the environment thing. But I definitely do think that your environment, how many windows you have in your house, how comfortable your bed is. If you get off of work and go immediately to the bed, who's gonna want to get up and go work out after that? I'm not, you know. And so I think that does have a lot to do with it. Of course, there's so many more things that we can get into when it comes to analysis paralysis and what blocks us and keeps us from being motivated to continue to push. But y'all, I that would be just like a whole nother conversation. So, I mean, but there's a lot of factors that go into why people make goals that they never accomplish. It's people out here that have goals that they've been having for the last 5 years. You New Year's resolutions, they get broken within the first 3 months. You make goals that you don't follow through with. And I just want us to take a time to realize that, because why is that? It's different for everybody, but why is that for you? And so, y'all, lately, that's one of the things that I have absolutely been thinking about. And so I decided to write down a couple of things that I'm working on for me. These are things that I'm working on currently in my business that may help you. These are things that I'm doing in my business that may ring a bell or set off a light bulb in your mind that may trigger you to get up and accomplish, get up and live, get up and get your goals done, get it done. Because we only have so many days in a year. And every day can't be our cheat day. Every day can't be our lazy day. Like, come on, you gotta get up and do the work. You have to do the work. I don't even let myself get comfortable, honey. I don't even let myself get comfortable, because I know that once I get comfortable, it's a wrap. I'm not going to want to get up. I'm not going to want to do anything. And so I have to go ahead and get it while it's hot. Let me go on and record real quick. Let me talk to my peeps. Let me get up here. Let me say something. Let me do something. Because, girl, once I lay down, honey, don't bother me. Period. Okay. So, y'all, I had come across this very, very amazing supplier. I really love her. She's very awesome. For those of y'all who don't know, I've had my boutique for quite some time. Excuse me. I've had my boutique for quite some time, and I'm pretty self-taught. So I don't really have anybody that's like, I I don't want to say this because it sounds like an excuse, but I promise it's not. Sometimes you can have entrepreneurs in your family. Sometimes you can have millionaires, thousandaires, hundredaires, whatever in your family. And you got people that done stumbled before, they done did it before in your household that you see. It's kind of like college. You've seen plenty of people go to college, and so it's easy to you versus somebody that's going to be the first person in college in their family. They have to figure everything out. And so I'm that first time person in my intermediate family to where I'm figuring everything out, y'all. And so when I tell you, it is literally a lot of ups and downs. It is so many ups and downs. You may think that something is right, and then you try it and it's terribly wrong. Or you may think that something is terribly wrong, and then you don't try it and it works and it pops for somebody else, and it's like, man, I knew I should have did that. So business and entrepreneurship has been a really rocky roller coaster for me, but it's something that I love so much that I refuse to give up on it. So here we are. So I've had my business for a while. When I first started, I had no idea about a lot of things in my business, such as how to make money, how to market, how to do inventory, how to negotiate, how to do all these things. And so my business failed twice, you guys. And so this is the time where I'm revamping my business, rebranding my business, doing everything the way that I want to do it without limits. Let me explain what I mean. A lot of us feel like things have to be done a certain way. You have to record content a certain way. You have to wear your hair a certain way if you're going to be this type of business owner, or you got to talk like this or walk like this. None of that is true. It took me so long to learn what I'm going to tell you right now, that the only correct way to do business, or the only correct way to do something, is to do it the way that you feel that it needs to be done. Okay. No one has a playbook. And I thought surely for so long that I was doing a whole lot of things wrong. I gave up on myself. I threw a lot of things away. I got a lot of things back. And I really wrecked my brain trying to be right. Well, guess what? Right does not exist, okay? You either do it or you don't. You either know it or you don't. And when I say know it, I don't mean know the rules and how everything's supposed to be done. I mean know it, what it is that you want to do and how it is that you want to do it. Everything in the world is unique. Everything in the world is unique, and everything in the world is new to somebody. So like I said, I met this supplier. She's very nice. I really love her. I'm really glad to get ready to build a relationship with her when it comes to rebranding my business. I'm really excited to be up and out, talking to different people, mingling, meeting new people, getting in new environments, experiencing new vibes. That is what I absolutely love to do, you guys. And so, one thing that I will say that I learned about suppliers that I absolutely didn't know, that a lot of suppliers are not certified to sell things. A lot of suppliers are not certified to sell things. There have been so many things that I've gotten in my business that sucked. Okay. And I done bought stuff from people who, yeah, girl, how did you even luckily I didn't spend a whole lot of money on it, but my number one thing that I would say is to just make sure that who you're talking to is legit. Reviews. How long have you been in business? Do you have a website? Let me see some other products. They should be willing to give you samples. They should be willing to be friendly. They should not be trying to rush you. This supplier, it took me 3 weeks to buy from her just because I'm so careful this time around. Y'all, girl, when I listen, let me tell you, when I first started doing business, I was so freaking excited. I just bought whatever I could find. I was just like, give me that, give me that, give me that. I had so much freaking inventory that I ended up not needing, and I didn't know who I was going to market it to. So I am very careful this time around, to the point where I have to take my time. If I'm going to be doing business with you long term, I'm going to have to take my time. That's just what it is. And so you don't want nobody in your ear giving you deadlines, telling you when you got to do this, how you got to do that, rushing you, getting mad because you're not ready. We don't want none of that. Take your time when it comes to business and when you're working with people, whether they're local or they're not local, and really get to know your supplier as a person. Build that relationship. That is how you're going to get deals on your inventory. That's how you're going to get the first of the catalogs that they have. That is how you're going to get all of the perks. Okay, take the time to really get to know your suppliers. Okay, another thing that I learned, which was very interesting to me, is that suppliers, distributors, manufacturers, wholesalers, I learned about all of these different people. Now, this is important because it's a free world. You can choose to buy from whoever it is that you want to buy from. If you choose to buy from a wholesaler, buy from a wholesaler. If you choose to buy from a distributor, buy from a distributor. If you choose to buy from the supplier, buy from the supplier. I personally like buying from the manufacturer because the manufacturer is the person who actually created the product. The distributor is a person who has multiple things in a large warehouse, most likely from multiple different companies, and they're selling them out to different businesses as they put in orders, okay? A a wholesaler is a wholesaler, kind of like a distributor, but they sell a particular type of product, or they sell from particular companies. They wholesale a particular type of good versus a distributor. You never know what they got in their warehouse. You just have to find a distributor that got it, hope they in a good area, hope they take care of their inventory, and you can talk to them and still work with them. But the manufacturer, y'all, is the originator of the product that it is that you are purchasing. I prefer to go directly to the manufacturer if I can. They can customize, they can do different quantities, they can do, everybody's answering to the manufacturer. The wholesaler is answering to the distributor is answering to the manufacturer. It's, everybody goes back to the big dog, okay? And so if you can, I will say that manufacturers can be a little expensive to work with just because they do have the most work on their hands. I mean, if you want to go low, then I would say buy in bulk from a wholesaler, but working with manufacturers really pay off in the long run, okay? Now, this is one thing that nobody has ever told me, honey. Didn't nobody tell your girl that there was a process to this? Okay, hear me out. Now, if you really want to be smart, you can find out who the wholesaler is, get in touch with them, get a relationship with them for just a little while, get your prices cheap, Get in a good word with the distributor that they're using if they can tell you, okay? Which, if you build that relationship, honey, they'll let you know. Once you get in that good relationship with that distributor and you start working with that distributor, they'll put you on to the manufacturer plug that they're using, okay? You start from the bottom and funnel your way up. Once you find a product at the bottom that you really like, that's really affordable and inexpensive, and you work your way up to who you buying from. I want to talk to your plug. I want to know what you got going on. Okay. So I just thought that that was very, very interesting because a lot of people out here just buying inventory. They don't know that you have options. They don't know that you can buy stuff from Thailand, stuff from Hong Kong, stuff from Australia. They don't know this. They don't know that when you purchase from different distributors or wholesalers all around the world, you get a different taste. You get a different vibe. You get a different level of care. Everybody has their own thing going on. And so I had no idea about this. I was just hopping on the first train that was smoking. And so I'm very glad that I learned this. And this is why I want to share this information with y'all, because you ain't gotta make them same mistakes. Now, if you anything like me and you gotta bump your head a couple of times before you listen, then by all means, go ahead, honey. That's your head, not mine. But if you want a bit of advice, these are things that you can look up. Wholesalers, beauty wholesalers, fitness wholesalers. You can look up construction manufacturers or construction product whatever it is that you sell, hair manufacturers, whatever, distributors, whatever near you, and they do exist, and they are really friendly, and they are willing to work with you because your business is their business. You get something that you like from them, more money in their pocket, honey. More money in their pocket. And so I got my inventory. I was very surprised that it came super fast, y'all. That's another thing. Once you are new, they want you to come back. They're going to give you inventory super fast. You don't have to worry. If you've never purchased inventory before, it is a great thing to do. I got to keep checking my mic, y'all, to make sure y'all ain't turn off. But if you've never purchased inventory before, I wouldn't be afraid. I would look up the company. I would do my research on the company. I definitely do want to know how long you've been in business, and I definitely do want to know what your clients are saying about you, because if you ain't getting no good reviews, then you know. And so, there's so many things that you can do when it comes to being an entrepreneur. Another thing that I really like to get into, y'all, this is the kicker. I have been getting into stocks. Oh, let me tell y'all, your girl is a stock market girl. Y'all, I'm so excited because you just don't see a lot of people where I come from that know about stocks, that get into stocks, that are familiar with stocks and are comfortable with stocks, y'all. I've learned what a ticker is. I've learned what the volume means of a stock. Okay. I have learned how to watch the stock market properly. I've learned how to invest. I've learned how to invest at different times in the stock market and what different investment types mean, y'all. This is all just really supposed to be an eye opener. It's all supposed to be an eye opener for you, to help you to understand. And some of y'all are really, really true to the game. Y'all know about all of these endeavors, but there's a lot of people that do not, because this stuff is not taught in our schools. This stuff is not popping up on our algorithm. This stuff right here is not talked about in our friendship groups. We're not talking about what the latest stocks has done today or yesterday, or what was the closing price or the closing bid of a stock. We're not talking about that. Excuse me. We're not talking about that on a regular basis. And so I'm so excited to bring this to my people because, your girl is a stock market girly, okay? So I mentioned a ticker. Those of y'all who don't know what a ticker is, the ticker is the name of a stock. I will put some here, but a ticker is just the name of a stock. Not the name of the company, but the name of its stock. And it's something that you can type in on any app, on any. I don't use Robinhood. I know that y'all, and it's nothing against Robinhood, y'all. Let me say that, honey. Don't cancel me. It's nothing against Robinhood. I just have a preference for another app. They're very good. I'll tell you why in another video if y'all want to know about that. Some of y'all may have y'all own apps that y'all like to go to, but y'all, the stock market is really, really, really what it is. I mean, you can put $10 into a stock and get 150 back. You can put 150 into a stock and get 520 back. You can put 500 into a stock and get 2,700 back. You know, you can really you can make it work with the stock market. And one thing I really love about that is that you don't have to put no work out. We talk about taxes all the time. We talk about wages. We talk about these common things that keep us in loops, in financial loops that keep us stuck in situations that we feel like we cannot get out of. And one of the things that we can actually put our money into, put our time into, put our thought and knowledge into, that we don't have to worry about it keeping us stuck or things being taken away, is investing. Okay, and whether you are investing in real estate, you investing in businesses, you investing in equity, whatever it is. Okay, and I have gotten into most of that. You want to do investments, you want to get into things that will give you money that you can actually keep. Okay, and so yeah, I've been getting into that. Okay, like I said, I learned that a ticker is a stock market's name, or stock's name, the name of the stock. And I learned that the volume of a stock tells you how much movement is going on in that stock at that time. So if you see a stock that is super low in price and there's a lot of volume, let's say the volume is like 6 million. Okay, that means 6 million people on the stock market are either buying this, trading this, or giving it away, selling it, something. It's just, it's movement going on. Okay, 6,000 little ants are running around. I mean, 6 million little ants are running around. Okay, a lot of newbies when it comes to stocks will see that volume, and they'll immediately think, oh, a lot of people are buying this. But what if a lot of people are selling it too? I've learned how to watch the stock market in a way that'll tell you if this stock was at a good place in its life and it's starting to dwindle down and you see a lot of volume, it's not a good sign. It's not a good sign. It means that a lot of people are trying to, like, baby, we don't want that. Who? Who want that? Oh, I'm good. I'm good. But if you see a stock that's been on the low and it's on the up and up, and you got people doing whatever, you better get in on it. You better get in on it. I can tell you that now. Those are two things right there that you know about stocks at this very time. That you can get on the stock market app and you can start playing around and looking. You better get on it. Okay. And so I don't really have a lot on my stock market segment. I just think that that is one of the ways that you can invest your money without having to lose your money. I feel like sometimes the stock market, yeah, it can be a little iffy, but that's why you want to get in the habit of building a lifestyle that we don't have, which is watching the stock market, knowing what's going on, getting familiar with these things so that we can enjoy a piece of the pie as well. And by we, I mean newbies, people that have never ever done this before, never been exposed to it. Just get in the habit. I will say I started out not watching the stock market as much as I would have liked to, but it's a lifestyle that you have to build. So I ended up getting to a place where I had to remind myself every morning, look at the stock market, look at the stock market, look at this. Not because I want to just be like, just staring at the stock market like that, but hey, this is something that I need to add on to my plate. I need to get used to this. I need to know what the numbers doing, who the new kid on the block, like what are we doing, what are we investing in this week. You want to read the news about the stocks that you're investing in. You want to know, did you go bankrupt recently? How new are you? What are you doing? Which way are you trending? Okay, instead of being on social media scrolling, I like to watch my stocks. This is money that could possibly be on the table. Even when I didn't know anything about stocks, I still, you gonna learn today. Okay, for these coins, you gonna learn today. Okay, and so yeah, it's definitely a lifestyle that you have to pick up. Crowdfunding is another thing that I absolutely love. Crowdfunding is when you can go in and invest in new businesses that are just opening up, maybe like me and you, okay? And so a crowdfunder will come in and buy a share of your business before your business even gets started. Before you even start making money, they will buy a share of your business and they own a piece of share in your business. Now, I'm not saying give people a share of your business. I'm telling you that it's good for us to be getting shares in other folks' business, because you never know what these businesses are going to do. These new businesses are taking over. And so when I heard about crowdfunding, I was like, heck yeah. You can help a small business and own a piece of the pie too at the same time. You mean to tell me that if they blow up, I blow up? Period. Okay. Now, it's a lot on the table. It's a lot on the table. I haven't really gotten as deep into that one as I did with, the others, but it's there. It's definitely there. Let me see what else when it comes to investing. Like I said, I haven't done any real estate. I think real estate would be very fun, but real estate costs a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, honey. You have to really know something about houses to do real estate. But I'm telling y'all, my girl, she is making it money on, honey. She's making it money on. She left her job. She did it. She just went out on a limb, and ever since then it's been on the up and up. So I'm very, very excited for her. I'm very proud of her. And that just lets you know stuff like that is absolutely possible. You can leave your job. You can. I'm not telling you to leave your job. Now don't leave your job and say I told you to do it, because I didn't. I said you can. It's possible. If you willing to put in the work. I've seen a lot of people do that, y'all, and it's not for the weak. Okay, you got to be your own boss. This is just a funny little thing that I said in a previous video. That when we work jobs, we have bosses that come around, they make sure we on time. There's penalty if you're not on time. You want to take time off, you can use your leave with pay, or you can choose to not get paid. You and the leave without pay has to be invested into. They put so much time into your PTO account every so often, or every how much. And in order to use that time, you gotta have the money there, okay? But when you not working for nobody and you working for you, you have to be that person for yourself. You gotta tell yourself, no, you don't have the PTO, so you can take off, but you're not getting paid. You can't go dip in the bank and just get the money out just because you have it. You gotta be responsible up here first. You have to really know how to boss down on yourself. This ain't telling somebody else what to do. This is bossing down on you. Okay? You got to be the one to penalize you when you don't get up on time, when you don't work until the work is done. You can't just leave your job when you want to because you done working. You gonna find something to do. You leave at 5 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whatever time your shift's in, like everybody else. So it's a night and day experience, y'all. It's very night and day. It's not nothing, all this stuff people thinking, you know, that entrepreneurship is so fun and it's so free. I mean, it's fun and it's free after you get the money. When you can have fun and be free. But what about when you still you know, you still chained to your own work. It's still the same, y'all. So I'm really encouraging, but I just want y'all to understand that when we get out here, we getting out here, okay? We really gotta get up and go get it, okay? So, stocks, okay? Talked about stocks, y'all. Now let's get into supplies. Let's listen. Oh, this is a good one, y'all, because oh, let me tell y'all something. I've been needing supplies for my business for so long. I am so guilty of analysis paralysis, right? I don't know why I haven't gotten any supplies for my business. I think because I'm really stuck on researching and doing stuff for other things like the inventory, the suppliers, the investor, all those things that I just talked about, that it's just like, oh, it's just little supplies. Those of y'all who think that supplies and inventory are the same, they're absolutely not. Inventory is what you actually sell to your customers. Supplies is what you need to do it. Okay, so if you need boxes, that's supplies. If you need shelves, that's supplies. If you need hangers, that's supplies. You need wig heads, you need wrenches, drills, all of that type of stuff. That's supplies and material. Okay, but I did do some research, you guys, and I found out, which I talked about in several of my previous videos, that net 30 and net 60 vendors are the way to go when you need supplies. Now, granted, before you can do a net 30 or a net 60 vendor, you do have to have some type of business credit established. But if you have an EIN number, that is going to be easy peasy lemon squeeze. It's very easy once you have that, okay? Once they know you are a legit business, all you have to do is start establishing some type of business credit. Once you get your business credit where you want it to be, don't do nothing on your personal side. Don't mess up your business credit, because your business credit is going to take you as far as the eyes can see, okay? As far as the mind can see, as far as eternity can see, your business credit is going to take you so far, okay? Your business credit can get you your transportation for your business from A to B. Your business credit can get you your finances for your business. Your business credit can get you materials and supplies for your business. Your business credit can get you inventory for your business. Your business credit can get you an office for your business. It can get you a house for your business. It can get you anything that you need as long as it's for your business. And that's another video that we'll have to literally dive into. It's business credit and how business credit works all together. But there is a website that you can go on. It's called Dun and Bradstreet. Type it into Google, and it'll literally tell you where you are with your business credit, okay? If you have a transportation business, all of those cars and vehicles that you use for your transportation business, put it on your business credit, okay? Once you mess up your business credit, I feel like it's harder to get back right than your personal credit. So I would make sure that I am in a mentally responsible. Don't just go out and do it, cause I'm telling you, you're gonna be kicking yourself. And business is one of those things that once you mess up, it can be depressing. It can feel like it wasn't even worth it, when that's not even the case. So I definitely wouldn't do that. I would give it some time, think about it, make sure. But back to net 30 and net 60 vendors. Okay. This is what I absolutely love, y'all. A net 30 vendor is a vendor, any vendor for anything, supplies, material, inventory, whatever, okay? That will give you your equipment, whatever it is that you need or want for your business, and then you have 30 days. Instead of immediately at the counter, you have 30 days to pay them for that thing that you have, okay? So I don't even got to pay you for this until 30 days after. What does this mean for me? I can get this, go make my money, and then pay you. I'm not going to run off. I'm going to get this. I'm going to go make my money. I'm going to pay you, and I'm going to have some more money, because I know this is one of those things that if you get it, you have to make sure that you're ready. We're not getting stuff for net 30 and then we don't have a plan. What we going to sell? Who we going to sell it to? Where we going to go? What we going to do? You ain't even got no plan to make this money back. The only way that you are to use net 30 and net 60 vendors is if you already know how you're going to make the money back off top. You know where you're going to be at. You know what you're going to do. You know your sales pitch. You know who are going to buy it, who exactly you selling to. You can't be out there just talking to any old body. You gotta have some houses lined up, some something. Come on, you gotta have some clients lined up or something, cause in 30 days you got an obligation. That's also going to build your business credit. And then you guess it. If net 30 is 30 days, net 60 is 60 days. You get 60 days total to pay back for whatever it is that you have. It's Home Depot, I think some of the major people are, and then there's some people that we haven't heard of that will even give you inventory net 30 and net 60. So that's pretty cool as well. I think there's so many opportunities when it comes to business that people don't know about, that it seems like this intimidating thing that is really, really nice. And then also being prepared for anything in business is a must, whether it's an angry customer, a bad day, a short money day, a disappointing day, maybe something happened personal. Being prepared on all levels is an absolute must. You gotta be ready for anything. You literally gotta keep your head on a swivel because you just don't know. You can get in your own way, your kids can get in your way, a customer can get in your way, a client, you just don't know. But at the end of the day, it's about one thing: are you gonna show up and make this money? Like we talked about earlier, your boss don't care nothing about what you got going on in your personal life. Your boss want to see you at work. You got so many days to take off because you're sick, and then your boss is gonna want to come see you at work. That's one of the reasons why people leave their jobs now, is because, oh, I can't deal with them telling me what to do. I can't never go see my family. I can't never do this. I can't never do that. Well, you better have a backup plan if you plan on being a business owner, because you can't just take off of work with that either. You're not gonna have no funds, unless you got passive income or something like that. You're not going to have any funds. So having a plan is an absolute must. You cannot run a business. There's no way possible that you can be a business owner without a plan. Whether you plan for your day, you plan for your week, you plan for your month, you got to plan for it all. Sick days, holidays, weekends, birthdays. I mean, you have to literally plan for. You got to literally be like 3 months ahead of the game when it comes to your business, because it's all on you, boo. Unless you got a team, it's all on you. And so I tell y'all, everybody want to get in the game until they find out the rules of the game. And I'm welcoming y'all, business talk. We gonna do this. We gonna make sure that we show up, but we gotta be prepared. Okay, we don't do this to fail. We don't do this to fail. That's absolutely not what we do. And lastly, you guys, I would say that life while running a business is very, very tricky. Life while running a business is very tricky. This kind of ties into the point that I just made about being prepared, but life be lifing. I tell you, it's so funny because these last couple of days, I have not been able to eat anything that I normally eat. And I know it's just because for one, I'm aging, but for two, I've been so busy. I've been worried about, the business and the podcast and just everything and my people and what am I going to talk about with y'all and just everything that I literally been mentally like not even wanting to eat the things that I have been wanting to eat. That is a lifestyle. It's like, I wouldn't say that's a lifestyle change, but it's just like that's part of life. That's what I mean when I say life while running a business. Those things, it's just like, okay, that's a part of life. There's going to be days where you don't eat nothing. There's gonna be days where your kids, like earlier today, girl, I was trying to get on this podcast and it seemed like them children was doing everything in their mighty little power to keep me from getting on this podcast. My daughter done got hot sauce in her eye. My son, he just so happened to, I'm thirsty all of a sudden. Everybody want to eat. What was y'all doing the whole time that I was typing and preparing? Now I'm getting ready to record and everybody got something going on. I mean, what is going on? Um, those things, life while running a business is chaotic. Baby, you better be ready to juggle everything, okay? It's times I come to the house and I'm just like, I don't care about nothing. I want to go to bed. Like right now, I would love to be in my bed right now, baby. I am so sorry, y'all, but that bed, oh, that bed, all right, that bed. It's something about that bed. But life while running a business is not easy, but you tough enough for it. You always gotta pivot. You always gotta pivot. You always gotta be ready to work around something. You always gotta pivot. You always gotta be ready. Like a football player, you gotta be ready to tussle and bustle. What they be doing? They be doing that little what is it called? It's called faking, when they fake you. I don't know what it's called now, but yeah, you gotta be ready for whatever is coming your way. So it is what it is, y'all. But we got this. One thing we gonna do is run a business. You can say what you want, you can do what you want out there. But one thing that we gonna do, one thing that you gonna do is run a business. So get out of analysis paralysis. Get up and get stuff done. Stay true to yourself. Don't let nothing get in the way. It's a mind thing. Change your mindset. Shift your environment, your friends, your coworkers, who you hang out, whatever it is that you gotta do. Cause one thing about us, baby, we gonna run a business over here on this channel. We don't got time for none of that people out here talking about. Either you understand me as a new entrepreneur, as you either you understand the new me as an entrepreneur, or you don't understand it at all. It's just either it's simple as that. Okay? And you gotta make sure that you plan ahead, like I said before. So y'all know that's my time, honey. I would love to stay and chit chat with y'all, but I gotta get ready to figure out what we're gonna talk about in the next convo, cause it's getting spicy. It's getting so spicy, la da 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 da. It's getting so spicy, y'all. But this is Business Talk with Meg. I love y'all so much, and I will see y'all in the next video.